The luxury car dealership buzzed with energy. Salesmen in sharp suits eagerly attended to their wealthy clients, proudly presenting the newest high-end vehicles. At the center of the showroom, a well-dressed businessman smirked as he ran his fingers over a sleek black sports car. "This car is only for those who can actually afford it," he sneered, casting a glance at an older man dressed in simple, worn-out clothes. The elderly man stepped back, clearly embarrassed, as the sales staff chuckled quietly. Just then, the sound of slow, confident footsteps echoed through the room. "Funny," a calm voice spoke. "I don't recall money being the only thing that makes a person valuable." Silence fell over the dealership. Keanu Reeves had just walked in. "Where are you watching from? Let me know in the comments." If you love uplifting stories, be sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon for more inspiring content. Now, let's continue. The businessman scoffed and turned to Keanu. "And who do you think you are to lecture me about wealth? Do you even have a clue how much this car costs?" Keanu, unfazed, gave a small smile. "I know enough to say that its price doesn't make you better than anyone else." The elderly man shifted awkwardly and used to someone standing up for him. The salesman, now nervous, cleared his throat. "Mr. Reeves, would you like to see our latest models?" Keanu ignored the question. Instead, he turned to the older man. "Sir, if you could have any car here, which one would you pick?" The man hesitated, his gaze drifting back to the black sports car. "That one, but it's just a dream." Keanu gave a nod, then looked at the salesman. "Go ahead and get the paperwork ready." The room filled with whispers. The businessman laughed mockingly. "You can't be serious. You're buying a car for this guy? Why?" Keanu's expression remained calm. "Because no one should be judged by their wallet. Real wealth isn't about what you own. It's about what you give." The businessman folded his arms. "Ridiculous. People like him can't even maintain a car like this." Keanu tilted his head. "Maybe, but that's not your decision to make." As the paperwork was being finalized, the elderly man still looked hesitant. "I appreciate this, but I can't accept such a gift." Keanu placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "It's not about the car. It's about proving to people like him." He gestured toward the businessman. "That kindness is the greatest luxury of all." The businessman scoffed, but had nothing left to say. The salesman, understanding the weight of the moment, remained silent. Finally, the dealership manager handed the keys to the elderly man. His hands trembled as he took them. "I don't even know how to thank you," he said, his voice shaky. Keanu simply smiled. "Just promise me one thing. Whenever you see someone who needs help, don't turn away." The old man nodded. "I promise." The businessman, now humiliated, muttered under his breath, "This is insane." Keanu turned his gaze to him, steady and unwavering. "Real wealth isn't about money. It's about character. You can have everything in the world and still have nothing." Without another word, Keanu patted the elderly man on the back and headed for the exit. The businessman stood there, frozen, lost in thought. As Keanu left, the dealership remained silent. Outside, the elderly man ran a hand over the car, his eyes welling up with tears. A bystander, who had witnessed everything, whispered, "That's the kind of rich I want to be." And just like that, Keanu disappeared into the city, leaving behind a lesson that money never could.